What's up, Planeswalkers? Theorix6 back with some more Match at the Gathering Arena. Today we're hopping in with some Lord Bolas. I've been playing Muldrotha to see if I need to make any changes, and turns out the meta has changed. It seems that the ranking has settled going up against Destiny 2012. The ranking is settled such that the mono red decks and the control the blue-white, the blue-black control decks seem to have jumped up into at least gold and platinum, I think is the next one. There's like master or something like that. I'm right now in silver 1, and I'm slowly working my way up. Oh, look, there's still an aggro deck. So that's good. I don't want to just be playing against brews. And turn. So I'll probably end up fetching a mountain here, then Abrade something from my opponent. Following that up with, yeah, I mean, this is like, this seems to just be the red-black mid-range, aka aggro, deck. Sure, whatever. Do get a mountain. Thank you. Crazy game. And I'm not going to just like Abrade on my turn, because I would want to kill, or I'd want to counter Chain Whirler if that ends up coming down. I'm gonna get a blue with this. I'm just gonna do it now because meh. Yeah, so if they cast Chain Whirler, I'm going to counter it. And if they don't, then I'll probably just end up killing Soulscar. But let's see. I really liked my cadence in... Yes. Was it yesterday's? No. Yes? I don't know. Has to be yesterday's. What am I talking about? In yesterday's video, it was very measured. And I do realize that I talk pretty fast. I actually talk a lot faster than this. But I've decided to slow down my speech because it sounds better. Let's see what my opponent's doing here. Are they going to cast anything else? Casting another Soulscar Mage. Well, I can't Syncopate that anyway, so I'll just let that resolve. There's nothing they can do. That's not true. There could be some red spell that like buffs the Soulscar Mage out of Abrade range, but just a single prowess trigger isn't enough to do it. Okay. So I'm taking one here. Oh, I did craft a Sweltering Suns, so I do have one of those in the deck. I think I want to play Aether Hub just to make sure I can Glimmer. Because I can Glimmer if they don't cast anything that I really care about. Otherwise, I can like guarantee a Syncopate. So it's possible that they're just going to hold up mana to buff their Walking Ballista if they don't have any good plays, but we'll see. Sure, another summit. Sure, sure. What do you have? Nothing. Cool. And that's why I'm glad that I did that. Just so that if they didn't cast anything, I did have something to do. I don't need the island. Do I want the Champion of Wits? The Champion of Wits is a blocker for what it's worth. And it does dig me more cards, so sure, I'll keep the Champion of Wits. I may not end up casting it. But I think it's a welcome addition. They changed the stickiness, but not enough. Can I have my turn now? Thank you. Ooh, Vraska's Contempt. Decent. If I play an untapped land and play Champion of Wits, I only have 2 mana up for Syncopate, which is probably enough, frankly. But it's probably good enough. Because they didn't play anything on 4, so like whatever they have, I feel like it has to be something that that costs a decent amount. But the problem is, like, having X = 1 is pretty bad. So I think I'm just going to play it slow and just hold up answers for right now. And my opponent is going to, yep, that's what I figured. I could disallow that, but it's not really too big of a reason. I'm not under enough pressure right now that I would want to disallow something like that. Sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the red, like, mid-rangey deck play is like Karn and Chandra, so like that's really confusing. Do I want to force their hand on the Walking Ballista? I think I do. I assume they're going to sacrifice it, so I'm not actually going to get any life from it. But I do just want to force their hand because they're able to just keep growing the Ballista. And essentially, they don't need to commit anymore to the board. So my assumption is that they grow it and then hit me for 3. Or not. Interesting. So that implies that they have something at instant speed. Fatal Push is very great. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I have Fatal Push, then I have that for 4. I still don't think I need a Champions here. Because I do have the Fatal Push, so go ahead and pass the turn. Let's see if my opponent has something that they wanted to do instant speed. They didn't, so yeah, I don't necessarily see why. Maybe they're holding up a Vraskas. Maybe that's it. But this is getting pushed. Okay, scrap heap. I can Syncopate for 3. Which I think I want to do, because that gets this exiled. Yeah. So I will Syncopate for 3. I'm not doing anything else with the mana, might as well make it 4. So that Syncopate was actually more valuable than it would have otherwise been. And they have a second one, that is fine. Especially since I can Vraskas it. And I'll have enough for... No, tap this for Carlos. Especially since I'll have enough for Disallow. So I exiled both of those scrap heaps, which is absolutely fantastic because that is a recurring threat that would be very difficult to deal with in the long run. So here I will hold up Disallow. They'll probably end up casting something. So as you can see, like they had those cards in their hand, So their plan was absolutely to just keep buffing up the Walking Ballista. And there they had nothing, so I will go ahead and Champion of Wits. They must have a bunch of like Glory Bringers and stuff in their hands, like big 5-drops, which is not great for me. I'll take action. I don't think I need Dark Intimations, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have enough to draw 7 with Champion of Wits. I think I just keep double Disallow. I have the requisite amount of mana for Bolas. I don't really need Dark Intimations if I'm just going to be countering their stuff. So I think that was fine. I got another Disallow. It looks like they're going to kill this end of turn. Magma Spray would be bad, but yeah, sure. I don't need to waste a Disallow on that. I would much rather be able to counter something that they cast next turn than guarantee I have some sort of very slow clock on them. So, okay, let's see. What 5-drops have you been holding? Yep. Nope. Aether Hub is actually like a lot better than I expected because we are running the Glimmer. That gives us 2 energy that we otherwise aren't using. So it's pretty good. And we did get a Nicol Bolas. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Nicol Bolas in them +1 so that they're on 2 total cards on their following turn. They get to resolve whatever they want, but it's unlikely they'll be able to destroy Nicol Bolas in a single turn because it'll be at 8. They could have Vraskas, which would be disappointing, but if they don't have like exactly Vraskas, oh right, it's going to be on 9. I mean, that's cool. It doesn't change my play. But if they don't have exactly Vraskas,
we're going to use that.
Then Nicol Bolas should just run away with the game. 2 Abrades. Alright, yeah, that's fair. So, Chain Whirler does not matter to me at all.
I'm eternal.
Yes, you are, Bolas. Yes, you are. Another Disallow. I mean, I could just kill that and Disallow whatever they cast next turn, and then just run away with Bolas. So I think that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it safe, make sure that my opponent has utter nothing. For those of you who don't like hard control decks, I kind of apologize, but at the same time, it's really fun playing with Nicol Bolas. Yeah, I'm just gonna Disallow that. Of note, I can't Disallow a second thing, but whatever they're paying for 2 mana doesn't actually matter. I would not be surprised if my opponent conceded at some point soon, just because I'm going to be running away with this game.
The mind is an easy thing to waste.
Yep, that seems like a nice concession from them. I took your Chandra.
It's my turn.
It's my Chandra now.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
What did I get? Champion of Wits? Wait, what does it say? You may cast that card. If you don't, I didn't get a choice. What? Exile the top card of your library. You may cast that card. Oh no, it's the swamp. I'm stupid. Yeah, ignore me. I mean, I can play. Whatever. I'm just gonna end the turn. I don't actually need to cast Champion of Wits. Sharon and Bolas are gonna lead me to victory. Alright, I called her Sharon. So, my friends and I, for some reason, we call Planeswalkers by different names. For example, Jace is Jake from State Farm, and Chandra is Sharon. I believe Gideon is George. I know a lot of people call him something else. Chad. A lot of people call Gideon Chad, because he's supposed to be like a Chad from like a frat house or something. But we call him George. It's fun. It was a good game. Had good answers and whatnot. Alright, let's see. Going up against Maelstrom 87. Well, if you know anything about the lore, Nicol Bolas made the Maelstrom and then tried to eat it. Johnny put a little cork in that plan. But, regardless, Bolas wins Maelstrom. It's fine. We are going second. We are going second with a hand of 2 Fatal Pushes, so against an aggro deck this isn't too bad, so I will keep this. We have 2 Fatal Push into Champion. Okay, that's totally fine. And we did get a Sweltering Suns. Sadly, we don't have double red right now. Oh, I forgot to change around my basic land, so I had one more basic mountain. So that will be Fatal Push most likely. They got a land. Is this mono green? I mean, it could be blue-black Explorer, but we've seen nothing that indicates such. I mean, it's instant speed. I can wait. Stop being sticky. Dumb cards. I'll take 2 damage. The 2 damage could end up mattering, but if there's a threat, I would rather Fatal Push. Obviously, I would rather Fatal Push the other threat. So it does look like it's probably blue-black Explorer. Another Branchwalker? Sure. So if this Branchwalker is a 3-2, then in the long run, I'm happy that I say Fatal Push. For what it's worth. And it's not going to be a 3-2. But I'll still kill the new one. Die, die, die. I like the idea of casting Champion of Wits here, since I don't have a counterspell anyway. Fatal Push is unlikely going to be able to hit whatever they're going to be playing next. And Champion of Wits does act as a blocker. Probably discard one of the other Champion of Wits. That's a cool card to see. I feel like I can get rid of the other Champion of Wits. But I might need to draw that. Maybe I should get rid of a single Gearhulk, just because it does cost 6. Nah. Getting rid of Sweltering Suns is reasonable. Sure, I can cycle it. But if my plan is like more Fatal Push, more Doomfall, I think I want to get rid of Sweltering Suns and a single Torrential Gearhulk. Because next turn, I can Champion of Wits again and Fatal Push. Which I may need to do. So I think that's the play. It could be wrong, getting rid of a Gearhulk, but it could also be correct. So theoretically, the plan is to play Champion of Wits and then hold up Fatal Push, assuming one of my Champion of Wits will die. I mean, I'll still block this. The thing that lets a creature explore, I don't think is an instant. They could be running Blossoming Defense. They could be running Blossoming Defense. Do I necessarily care? No, not really. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine if they trade a card and they just let stuff die. Chupacabra? The enchantment? Ripjaw Raptor. That's interesting. So the plan has changed. I'm just gonna exile that. Bye-bye. By the way, I am trying a few new settings on the back end. Let me know if it looks worse or better. Because I will need to change it if it does. Look worse, not if it looks better, obviously. Bristling Hydra. I remember someone commented that this card was gonna suck. Ooh, it gets hexproof. That's no good. Man, the fact that it gets hexproof is really annoying. Know what Keyword I hate? Hexproof. I think I'm going to Champion of Wits here. Also because I would like to draw a land. I'm leaving up Fatal Push, knowing full well that's actual garbage. Knowing full well that my opponent can just make his guy hexproof, but I think it's still correct for me to try. Well, if nothing else, I can kill that. Activate Bristling Hydra first. Do it. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. What am I talking about? This isn't going to end well for me. I feel like it's just kill the snake. That's interesting. I'd like to draw 2 lands, please. No. I don't have red, no. Well, I drew a land. Okay, so the plan is draw a land next turn, flash in Torrential Gearhulk, ride Gearhulk to victory. That's the plan. Whether or not it's going to work is entirely dependent on whether or not I draw a fracking land. And yes, apparently I'm part of Battlestar Galactica. Sure, that's fine. He can double up on this, but it's not big enough to kill Gearhulk. I hate you so much. Well, first of all, you don't get to live. I'm not letting my opponent draw a card. Apologies, I bumped my mic. I'm really just like waiting for my opponent to mess up and like use Bristling Hydra twice. Well, crap, they can't. Darn it! Ugh! Ugh, everything's so bad. It's fine. I believe in the power of this deck to draw some more lands. I run 26. I only have 5, and I'm 40% the red deck. No, 20%. I don't know. I can't do math. Not on the fly. I'll get crucified. Uh-oh. Rishkar. Put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Ugh, I hate you. I mean, I can disallow it. It doesn't seem like they have anything else to play. Sure. Go away. Okay, I would really appreciate if you had nothing else to play. That would be absolutely great. Just attack me for 4, put me to 10. That's a sad sounding life total. Don't cast anything. Don't do it. No, stop. That's the thing I didn't want. I mean, this card isn't too much of a bother, to be honest. Hey, look, I got a thing. So I can flash in, block this guy. Because I need this to die. It can double buff itself, so it'd kill my Gearhulk as well. But for what it's worth, I'd also be able to kill this. They're going to draw a card, though. Because I don't want to do it right now. I mean, I could do it right now and get Fatal Push. Maybe doing it right now and getting Fatal Push is correct. Just so they don't draw another card. The problem with that is then they don't attack with this, I don't think. And I would like to kill this as well. I think it's worth it so that they don't draw an additional card. I think I just need to keep them off of gas. And if I can draw land next turn, then I can have Champion of Wits into Champion of Wits into Champion of Wits. So I think it's the correct play. Of note, I'm waiting for it to come up. Make sure you click on this again, because I was in a game against I think like blue-black mid-range control-esque thing, and I think they just pressed done because they didn't cast their hieroglyphic illumination, and even though they were in a better position than me, they just conceded out of frustration, and I felt a little bit bad. Constrictor, that makes things a lot harder. So it'd get 2 counters. So he would need to use it twice, which means he would be out of counter, so I can kill it with Vraska's Contempt on my turn if he decides to do that. So I do think that's still the correct plan, is hope that he uses all 6 of his energy, blows out my Torrential Gearhulk, and then I'm able to kill it with Vraska's Contempt. That is the plan. Whether or not it works is another story. These Bolas videos are always super long, and they're only ever freaking 2 games because it's control. What are you doing, opponent? Why are there wind chimes on Amonkhet? I'm blocking. Mostly because I don't want to take 8. So, if they just pump once, then both die. If he pumps again, my Gearhulk dies, but Hydra is no longer safe, because the Hexproof is still end of turn. Yeah. Good. This is exactly what I wanted. He's played right into my hands. Have no follow-up. Yes. And I have another island. No. Sure, whatever, that's fine. Goodbye, Bristling Hydra. And I have Syncopate for 2 up, which is probably not going to help, like, ever. I think I had a chance to discard Syncopate instead of, like, any other counterspell. Is that correct? That might be correct. If so, I was wrong. I should have kept a different counterspell, but I can start playing Champion of Wits. And it looks like my opponent doesn't have too much going on. And I hope I'm correct about that. There was absolutely a point in this game where I was considering conceding. And I'm very glad that I did not, because I just drew a Bolas, and Bolas gets there every time. All hail Lord Bolas. The thing is... Well, I was going to say the thing is I have to figure out what to do with Bolas, but my opponent just realized that Bolas is the best, and there's no other. So that was cool. I legitimately didn't expect to win that game. I'm very glad that I did. Let me know if you enjoyed that by tapping that like button, adding subscription to your mana pool, casting a comment to the comment sections down below, and until next time, all will be one.